By TBS Advertising. The opinions and views expressed are not those of this station. Prior results do not guarantee future outcomes. Use of this information in violation of any federal, state, or local law is prohibited. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
A Town Square media station serving all of South Jersey. This is 97.3 ESPN, home of the Philadelphia Eagles. WENJ HD, Millville, Atlantic City.
The following program is paid for by The Locker Room with Billy Schwein. The opinions expressed are not those of Town Square Media or station advertisers.
Welcome to the Locker Room.
Vince Papali, welcome to the Locker Room.
I can smell it already, Billy. What's happening, buddy?
Ron Hayes, welcome to the Locker Room with Billy Schwein.
Yeah, hey, Billy, how you doing out there?
Rich Gannon, welcome to the Locker Room, Rich.
Thanks, guys. It's great to be with you.
Great Bob McElwee, NFL referee.
Hey, Bill, how you doing?
Craig Berube. Craig, welcome to the Locker Room.
All right, thanks, Billy.
We have the real Pat Croce in the Locker Room.
Get me off the bench, Coach.
And now here's your host, Billy Schwein.
You are listening live to the Locker Room with Billy Schwein right here on 97.3 ESPN and the 97.3 ESPN mobile app as we broadcast live from the Caesars Sportsbook inside the Tropicana in Atlantic City. And sitting in with me today are my co-host, Mike Carlin. Good morning, Mike.
It's a fun day on Sunday,
Fun
Tropicana.
day Sunday. And, of course, Josh Hennig here with us today. Good morning, Josh.
Billy, we actually have a 1 o'clock Eagles game. What are the odds of that?
How's that? It's a rarity, isn't it, Mike?
God, only 3 all day. I mean, 3 all year, right?
You know, we all cringed when the schedule came out. But there's something to be said for having all these national games, which means you're a team that people want to see, Josh.
Yeah, you're the team that people want to see, they want to hate, they want to love, they want to bet on, the whole 9 yards, right?
Well, Mike Carlin, during the week, there's been a lot of talk about this tush push. I can't believe so much controversy over a stupid quarterback sneak.
Yeah, it's a play.
It's a play.
Yeah, well,
I mean, what are they going to legislate because some teams run it better than others? They're going to legislate against it?
because our quarterback takes the time to do weights and, you know, his legs. And
what did you do? See, he squats 600 pounds. With
squats and deadlifts. Over 600.
The only good thing that I guess the bad thing I would say that I don't like is that the defense can't do it. Why can the offense do it and defense can't?
Well, here's the thing. The only thing that I think could be possibly controversial, and maybe you guys will agree with me, maybe you won't, but when you have a quarterback sneak, but somebody comes from behind and pushes the quarterback to help him, that's not just the quarterback doing the sneak. He's getting pushed from behind.
Well, that's part of the controversy.
Well, that part is the only – but you can't say you're going to legislate taking away a quarterback sneak. It's part of the game.
Yeah, I think part of the problem with the whole conversation is that I feel like people – and I don't want to sound like, you know, I'm being conspiratorial, but I think people only care because the Eagles are the only team that does it.
And they do it so well. I mean, other teams do it. They don't do it with, you know, we have the best offensive line, one of the best offensive lines in the league.
And Bill, it's not the Eagles' fault they have the best offensive line.
Right.
Everybody else stinks.
Right.
The Eagles, Howie Roseman built this team through the trenches, and so did only a couple other teams. That's not the Eagles' fault.
That's not the Eagles' fault. Now, we're down here. We're inside the Tropicana at the Caesars Sportsbook. This place is going to be packed today. We just heard about the bookings for you come down, you can reserve a table here in the Sportsbook. They huge screen TVs, big screen TVs. The clarity of these TVs, Mike,
it's like being at the game.
It's like being at the game. I mean, it's so clear. And, of course, drink specials today.
Food specials, drink specials.
A bucket of Miller Lights for $36.
Yeah.
You can't beat that. We have a great show lined up today. During the football season, every Sunday we get to go get the keys to the game with Scott Grayson, sponsored by Blitz's Market of Ocean City. And then at 11:30, the second hour, we'll talk to the fantasy football guru, Brian Hartley, brought to you by Charlie's Bar and Restaurant in Summers Point. And I got to tell you guys, yesterday on the way home from the studio from yesterday's show, I stopped into Charlie's Bar, and they've got it all going on there. I was watching the Colorado USC game. Now, I couldn't hear it because they had the Penn State game up, but it was a blowout early. But then Colorado comes back. And did you see all the celebrities that were in the stadium yesterday? It was a who's who.
Dion is drawing a completely new group of people into college football, and the college football old heads, they're offended by it because they're like, "Oh, you only care about us now that we have Dion here," and it's like, but you should embrace the attention. You should embrace all the new eyeballs because now there's a whole new group of people who are going to be watching your game.
I love it. And yesterday, at Charlie's bar, I ended up running into some old friends, Chris Scarborough and Stevie Howard. We're in there. We're watching the games. And next thing you know, like the bar started filling up, and it was cool to be there. But I had to blow out of there because I had to save it for today because we have an Eagles game today, a 1:00 game. We're going to be here all afternoon watching the game. So if you're in the area, come on down, man. It's easy in, easy out. It's
place.
The Tropicana, and we're gonna be breaking down the Eagles. But right now we got a game going on in London, I believe. The
Jags lead 7-0 right now with 37 seconds left in the first quarter.
I want to talk about the first thing. Let's talk about our quarterback, Jalen Hurts, because remember last year coming into the season, he was a big question mark. He had a phenomenal year, second in the league in MVP voting.
Yep.
This year, not off to the greatest of starts, with a quarterback rating, I guess, of 73. Is that the accurate one right there, Josh?
I'll double check for you.
Double check that, but he's thrown only one. He's thrown a couple touchdowns, he's a couple picks. He hasn't really been. He hasn't really played himself. He hasn't hit his stride yet. Is what I'm trying to say.
It's too early.
Remember, last year through the first 5 games, Hurts had 4 touchdowns and 2 interceptions.
Right.
He had 18 touchdowns the rest of the season. So this is now 2 straight years that maybe he's just a slow starter.
The big story I would imagine is the emergence of rookie and second-year Georgia
Swift.
Bulldogs, DeAndre. I'm talking about the defensive side of the ball. The upstart rookie Jalen Carter, and Jordan Davis, who they're playing. It's unbelievable. They collapsed. We watched that game last Monday night. When they had that safety. Did you see the push off the ball from these guys? The offensive line for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they literally folded like a tent. They collapsed. They got pushed back right into the running back and enabled the linebackers to hop over, fill the gaps, and then we got a safety.
After just 3 games. Feel how comfortable. When you see them play, that you can tell they're getting more comfortable. And the more they do, wait till game 5, game 6.
Right.
And Josh, and everybody saw it. Everybody's commented on it. But when you see a rookie, Jalen Carter, coming back and forcing a fumble, punching it out, that is not something that's taught. That's something he's playing angry.
It's in you.
It's innate. He's playing angry, instinctive. And for him to come back and punch that ball out, that was an amazing play.
And it just shows you why the Eagles were so happy to get him. Because at the end of the day, the only reason why that guy dropped in the draft was because there was a perception that became reality. And the perception is that he was a problem person, or he wasn't a good person.
Well, he made a couple bad decisions.
Well, listen, everyone's made some bad decisions,
Yeah.
whether
Sure
18, 19, 20, 21.
Absolutely.
It's
Sure
just that
we have.
Just we didn't play at the University of Georgia win national championships.
And it's magnified.
Exactly.
Another big story, and you alluded to it, Carlin, the emergence of DeAndre Swift, local kid. I talked about this yesterday in the program. How cool is it? Last year, Hassan Reddick comes back home. He played his high school football at Haddon Heights. He was from Camden.
Right.
Plays his high school football at Haddon Heights, South Jersey. DeAndre Swift, he's from St. Joe's Prep. He's a local kid. How cool is this, Carlin?
It's so cool. And you have to think about what he's going through. Imagine tickets, friends.
Oh, my
Forget
God.
about just family and friends. Classmates he went, people in your neighborhood. Everything is on his shoulders when he walks into that stadium.
But it doesn't look to me. I could be wrong, but just from a layman's look, just looking an observation from a fan, it doesn't seem like he feels he has any pressure on his shoulders. He looks like he's having fun.
I think because he's groomed that way. And remember, he's not coming out. I mean, nothing against the University of Delaware or these other schools. He came from Georgia.
He came with the Georgia.
When you play for schools like that, it doesn't get.
Of course, DeAndre Swift is ranked second in the league with 308 yards rushing, trailing only Christian McCaffrey. I think Christian has 353. So he also was named Player of the Week again.
Yep.
2 weeks in a row. That's an outstanding achievement, and it's fun. You know what, Josh? When it's fun, you have good chemistry in the locker room. Obviously, winning is cures all, and winning helps that. But you can see that this team, like the Philadelphia Phillies, who even though they've dropped a few games now to the Mets, they still that camaraderie, that chemistry. There's a lot to be said for chemistry in a locker room.
Absolutely, and we'll get some audio about some of this a little bit later in the show. But it's when people who play the game or played the game, Bill, talk the way they do about these players, it adds another layer to what these guys are bringing to the table. Because it's one thing if you and me and Carlin all see it, right? We're sitting here at the Caesars Sportsbook inside Tropicana in Atlantic City, and everybody can watch a game and see, wow, that was a big run. Wow, that was a great play. But then, when other people start commenting about how it might be even bigger and better than we thought it was, it adds a whole nother dimension.
All right, we're broadcasting live in the Caesars Sportsbook inside the Tropicana. Come on down. This is the place to be. All these huge giant screen TVs, plenty of drinks. You can fire a bet or two in on the game. This is the place to be. I want to remind people the first hour of the locker room is powered by Surety Title. Surety provides comprehensive title insurance protection and professional settlement services for home buyers and sellers, real estate agents, brokers, lenders, home builders, developers, and attorneys that facilitate your real estate purchases. Surety is an industry-wide leader with a team of experts that will help you through the entire process, from contract signing to closing for the shortest center city and every place in between. Surety Title is there for you. With 15 office locations in New Jersey and PA, that's Surety Title. For more information, call my good friend Ron Conklin at 856-988-8900. Give the Ocean City office a call at 609-399-1227.
Fall into fun this season with the getaway at Tropicana Atlantic City. Rake in the savings with incredible hotel deals. Indulge in restaurants, revel in exciting nightlife and entertainment. Book your Tropicana getaway today at Caesars.com/AC. On October 8th, Tropicana will be hosting their first ever Fire Bets tournament at the Tropicana AC during the Philadelphia-Los Angeles game. Players will have the chance to compete in this in-game contest for over $5K in prizes from Caesars Sportsbook and Caesars Palace online.
It sounds like a lot of fun. I want to get involved in that. Hey, are the what-ifs keeping you up at night? Life is full of surprises, but with the Stanton Insurance Group, you'll never be caught off guard. Whether it's protecting your home, automobile, business, Stanton will help you select the right insurance coverage at the right price to give you and your family the peace of mind you need when you need it the most. Visit sigprotection.com to get a free quote. That's sigprotection.com. All right, when we return, we'll continue with more here as we broadcast live at the Caesars Sportsbook inside the Tropicana. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein right here on 97.3 ESPN.
This is the radio home for Philadelphia Eagles football. It's week 4, and the Eagles are back home hosting their NFC East rivals, the Washington Commanders.
He is in. Touchdown, Eagles.
Pre-game coverage begins at noon. Merrill and Mike call all the action starting at 1 p.m. This is South Jersey's official home for Philadelphia Eagles football. 97.3 ESPN, South Jersey's Eagles station. Brought to you by
Jenkins Plumbing and Heating at jenkinsandsons.com. Piccalilli Inn. Nobody beats the Piccalilli, Route 206 in Chemung. Frank Vincent Windows, Roofing, Siding, and Doors make your home look new again. BMW of Atlantic City. Shop our complete inventory online at bmwatlanticcity.com. And First Bank of Sea Isle.
97.3 ESPN FM is your official home in South Jersey for Eagles football. 97.3 ESPN FM.
Ocean City's real estate market is red hot. You need an agent that has the knowledge and expertise to help. Contact Ocean City's top agent, Mark Rhymes. Mark has been selling real estate for 30 years in South Jersey. He can answer all your real estate perfect property. He's available anytime on his cell at 609-425-2042. When Philadelphia star athletes are looking for a house at the beach, they contact Mark Rhymes, specializing in buying and selling vacation homes, single-family homes, condominiums, and duplexes, residential and commercial, as well as new construction projects or investment opportunities. Mark Rhymes, he's your agent at the beach. Give him a call right now, 609-425-2042, or check out his website at grimes.com.
Randazzo's Pizza. Randazzo's Pizza. Rendezvous Pizza, the pizza you're gonna love. It's got the freshest taste that you'll find any place. Rendezvous Pizza, there's one right nearby. Rendezvous Pizza, Rendezvous Pizza. It's a pizza like you've never had before. Eat it or take it home, no matter where you roam. Rendezvous Pizza, the tastiest you'll find. Rendezvous Pizza, the tastiest you'll find.
Why would you call anyone else besides Randazzo's Pizzeria and Family Restaurant, 34th and Asbury Avenue in Ocean City. Open year-round, 7 days a week, offering free delivery on the whole island and to the beach. Pizza, pasta, salads, entrees, subs, paninis, and wraps. Voted best of the shore. Call 814-1600. 814-1600.
Rendezvous Pizza, the tastiest you'll find. Rendezvous Pizza, the tastiest you'll find.
Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson and Sons for electrical, they're number one.
When my daughter gets a cold, I have a secret weapon. Dayquil Kids Berry from Vicks. Dayquil Kids is specially formulated to treat kids' most bothersome cold and cough symptoms quickly. And the best part is that Dayquil Kids Berry tastes really great. Aren't you supposed to be resting? Maybe.
Dayquil Kids Berry. The Kids Berrylicious daytime congestion, coughing, stuffy head, stuffy nose, just for kids. Medicine. Safe for kids 6 years plus.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein on 97.3 ESPN and the 97.3 ESPN free mobile app.
All right, we're back here broadcasting live inside the Tropicana at the Caesars Sportsbook. It's The Locker Room with Billy Schwein, Mike Carlin, and Josh Hennig as we get you ready for Eagles football. Of course, at the bottom of the hour, we'll talk with Scott Grayson from Fox 29 News. We'll get the keys to the game with Scott Grayson, brought to you by Blitz's Market in Ocean City. Don't forget to get their freshly squeezed orange juice. Mention The Locker Room and get $1 off their 12 ounces of liquid sunshine. That's Blitz's Market. You want to check that out. We were talking about Jalen Carter. You made a really good point during the break today, Carlin, that this is a perfect place for him to play because he has a bunch of his teammates from Georgia. The Eagles are a good organization. The Eagles are a good team. They got good coaches. If he played somewhere, say like you said, Houston, they might not have the production.
Well, and he's got the right veterans around him too. He's got veterans that care, not veterans that are worrying about, oh, I only got one more year left. I got to worry about me. He's got veterans on this team that just want the best for the team, and and that's when you really do good.
That's a great point because guys like Fletcher Cox and Brandon Graham, they've been working with him to help him with his transition to the NFL.
And how many times have we talked about the four guys that lead this team?
Brandon,
Kelsey,
Lane,
Johnson,
Brandon Graham,
Cox, and Graham.
Yeah,
and
as four all Hall of Famers, all four.
I would say they're all in the Eagles Hall.
They're all in the Eagles Hall of Fame.
No doubt.
How about the next one?
I think Kelsey's a shoe-in.
Kelsey's a shoe-in. Lane, he needs to have a few more elite years. I think Brandon Graham doesn't have enough sacks to get in there. Fletcher's a weird test. Fletcher's going to be an interesting test case because remember, he was the number 2 or 3 best D tackle for years. So it's do you get into the Hall of Fame when you're not the number 1 in your era? That's always been
and also think about this for all four guys. Who's picking it? The writers. All four of those guys are class guys. They're doing. After
right, they've never got in trouble. Never in trouble.
They want interviews. They're right there.
Yeah. Right.
And reporters, they remember.
They gravitate to them. Josh, speaking of talking about former players and the respect that these young guys have got, you have a clip from Chris Long.
Yeah, so Chris Long hosts the Green Light podcast, which I listen to each week, and he said he was watching Monday Night Football, and he talked about how excited he got watching Jalen Carter play. Take a listen.
I wanted to jump out of the SUV and hop on a flight to Tampa to go play with Jalen Carter as soon as he made that play. Because as a guy who fed off of other dudes who were just absolute dogs, I wanted to play with a guy like Jalen Carter, especially a guy with all his ability. I got to see Aaron Donald come in the league. The thing that always surprised me about Aaron Donald was how much ability he had, but also how hard a worker he was. He didn't take plays off. He didn't around. He set the tone. And when you got a guy running out of the stack like that, dislodging the football, I just think as an Eagles fan, you got to be excited because he's a tone-setting type of guy. When your leaders are your best players, and he doesn't have to be a vocal leader. There's all types of different leaders in that locker room. But if you've got a tone-setting young motherfucker who comes out of the gate not having to be taught to dig for every inch, to defend every blade of grass, to go make people hurt when they catch the ball in the middle and they get held up, in the second level of defense, make them pay that tax. I love Jalen Carter.
Couldn't have said it better myself, but coming from a player, it means even more because you heard him. He made him want to come out of retirement to play with not only a guy that has that type of talent, but who works hard. And, we talk about leadership.
Right.
And he just said it. There's all kind of leaders. There's guys that are vocal. There's guys that are lead by example. He's both. I think he's going to be a little. I think he's got the complete package, Carlin.
Yeah, it's going to be rookie of the year, guys. That's what he's going to be.
Well, let's just. I mean, we don't want to jinx
it. Early.
It's early.
It's early, but
I mean, he's got all the tools. He's playing that way, and I look for a big game from him today, especially against an offensive line with the Washington Commanders, who
giving
stink.
up sacks.
They've given up 19 sacks. Don't you think today or all week long that the Eagles defense, the Sai and the rest of the defensive unit are they got their ears pinned back today. They're licking their chops. They're going against an offensive line that's like a wet paper bag.
There's private bets going on between that line. Who's getting the most? I mean, they've given up 19 times. He's been sacked already. How many sacks are going to be
he's
tonight?
only thrown for how many yards? What's he average in a game? I have it here. I have it right here.
Oh, their highest receiver, Samuel, 54 yards.
Yeah,
54 yards
a game.
54 yards a game.
Yeah, that's your highest.
His average is 65%, which isn't terrible, but when you're not getting total yards,
five interceptions already.
5 interceptions. He's getting knocked around a lot.
Right.
Today's going to be a rough day.
These guys, they're going to probably sell. They're going to send everything.
Billy, I know you love stats. You're
I'm a
big
stat
stats
guy.
So here's the breakdown for you. The Eagles defense is tied for the second most quarterback hurries this year in the NFL. They're tied for the third fewest missed tackles in the NFL. The Eagles are the 9th best scoring defense in the NFL, and they are tied for the second most turnovers forced in the league this year.
Yeah, like you said, the Eagles lead the league in rushing defense. They've allowed just 48.3 yards per game. Think about that. 48 yards on the ground. That's like, when's the last? What defense can think of
holds that
does that? These guys are. I mean, they've got such a good blend. I can't emphasize this enough. They have such a great blend of old and young guys now, and that can only enhance what you're doing.
The only concern I have today is I don't want to get myself too excited because I know that who the coaches are on the other side of the field. I know who those other people are.
Yeah, but you still have to have the horses, and they don't. I mean, defensively,
no, they don't. But it's the idea that a really good coach can come up. Like, for example, Mike Carlin and I were together last Monday Night Football last year when the Eagles lost to Washington. Nobody expected that to happen.
Right.
Nobody saw that coming. And sometimes, now of course the Eagles, they don't fumble the ball 3 times, maybe they win the game.
Right.
But the idea is that you still have to do your job. You can't get too hyped up when things don't. Then when things don't go exactly your way, you get down on yourself. You don't fret. You gotta stay focused on the mission.
And speaking of turnovers, Philadelphia is the only NFL team to record multiple takeaways in each of their first 3 games this year. The Eagles are ranked; they're tied for 3rd in the NFL in takeaways with 7 behind Buffalo and Pittsburgh.
Yep.
Last year, what was one way they were winning? They led the league in takeaways, taking it away. And as long as you don't give it up, Carlin, you're ahead of the game.
So you were talking about sacks today, and we all believe there's going to be multiple sacks today. I truly believe that.
Mm-hmm.
Who's the player that you're looking at today? Who's going to lead the team in sacks today?
I think you're going to see. I think Hassan Reddick, who just got his cast off. I think you're going to see him. Remember, it took him 2 or 3 weeks last year to get it going. And I think with the
today's his day.
Today's his day.
I have Sweat. Josh Sweat today.
How about Nolan Smith? You going to see anything out of him today? He hasn't registered a sack this year.
I don't know if we're going to see a bunch of stuff out of him. I mean, Carlin took my guy, Sweat, so I'll throw in another guy in there. How about Brandon Graham? Brandon Graham is not a big stats guy, but he's an impactful player. And he is somebody who I could totally see coming in on a couple third downs and getting Sam Howell on the ground.
That's a good one.
Either way, the stage is set for the Eagles to have a big game defensively. Now, yesterday on the show, we gave away $25 gift certificates to Captain Chucky's over there in Sea Isle. And Josh sent me a text saying these were cupcake questions. But the question was, the reason why I asked the question yesterday, name what happened in November 12th, 1990 in Eagles folklore, a game. Well, since we're getting ready to play the Washington team, I had the body bag game. I was at that body bag game, guys. I was there in 1990 at Veterans Stadium, and it was like one player after another for the Washington Redskins back then were getting carted off or hurt, getting walked off the field.
See, the better question would have been, how many players can you name who have played for both Philadelphia and Washington?
We did that. We were 3 quarterbacks. Sonny Jurgensen, Carson Wentz, and Donovan McNabb.
Who else can you name?
That played for Washington? Brian Mitchell.
Yep.
Not a quarterback, he's saying.
Well, I just said quarterback, but you're saying non-quarterbacks?
Yeah, there's a few of them.
Well, I said Brian Mitchell.
There's another famous one in recent memory.
A famous one in recent memory?
Wide receiver?
Yep.
I can see him, but I
can't think of it.
Carlin's got it on the tip of his tongue.
We give up.
Remember Deshaun Jackson?
Yeah, Deshaun Jackson.
Oh, that's right, Deshaun Jackson.
Yeah.
See, I just don't. When I think of Deshaun Jackson, even though he played for a bunch of teams after the Eagles, I still look at him as an Eagle.
I
don't look at him as any other player.
Because you're an Eagle.
Well,
that's the reason. That's the reason.
Yeah, but some
of the other teams he played for, they'd be saying the same thing.
But he didn't make the impact plays that he did when he
did
in
Tampa. In Tampa, he did.
Yeah. Well, I remember him as an Eagle.
You're an Eagle.
Really quick story. So Deshaun Jackson was on Up and Adams on FanDuel TV, and he was telling the story about how him and Howie Roseman were texting, and how he said, the last time I was in Tampa to watch an Eagles game, he says, you destroyed us in 2018. Remember that game?
Right, yeah.
Fitzmagic, Deshaun Jackson, all those deep balls, and we were all losing our minds.
I think one of my favorite memories of a Washington game with the Eagles would be when I think Michael Vick, remember they came out, it was a Monday, was that a Monday night game?
Yep.
And they were just all over him fast. You can say Rumpelstiltskin, and it never stopped. I mean, they just kept letting him have it. So I look forward to that today. I think it's going to be a lopsided score. It'll be reflected in our predictions. Want to remind people the first hour of the locker room is powered by Surety Title. Surety provides comprehensive title insurance protection and professional settlement services for home buyers and sellers, real estate agents, brokers, lenders, home builders, developers, and attorneys to facilitate your real estate purchases. From the shore to Center City and every place in between, Surety Title is there for you with 15 office locations in New Jersey and PA. That's Surety Title. For more information, call my good friend Ron Conklin at 856-988-8900 to give the Ocean City office a call at 609-399-1227.
Your ultimate game day experience awaits at Caesars Sportsbook at Tropicana Lank City. Watch and bet on your favorite NFL teams all season long with 180 seats, VIP booths, massive screens. The Caesars Sportsbook at Tropicana is the place to be. Book your experience at Caesars.com/AC.
All right, on the other side, we'll get the keys to the game with Scott Grayson, sponsored by Blitz's Market of Ocean City. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim, Josh Hennig, Mike Carlin as we broadcast live at the Caesars Sportsbook inside the Tropicana right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Today on Compass Media Network's coverage of the NFL. It's a cross-conference showdown in Week 4 as the Dallas Cowboys host the New England Patriots. Hi, this is Jerry Recco. Join Kevin Ray, Danny White, and myself for all the action as Dak Prescott and the Cowboys look to regain their winning form. But Mac Jones and the Patriots are looking to make it 2 wins in a row. It's the Dallas Cowboys and the New England Patriots. If it's the NFL, it's right here.
It's NFL Sunday on 97.3 ESPN. Coverage begins after Eagles football.
Train presents The Unstoppables. Those captains of comfort, those gargantuans of the guarantee. Those satisfaction savants who persevere perilously beyond probability as the raconteurs of reliability. Here's to Train's heralded heroes of heating and air conditioning, those comfort kings with a tireless tenacity for total turnaround. The Train Comfort Specialists. Just one more reason why it's hard to stop a train.
Hi, this is Joe Lenigan, owner of Lenigan Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Call us today for your free Train system quote at 609-399-1200 or online at ocnjplumber.com. And please don't forget to ask for the military and senior discount.
Call and again and again. Call and again and again.
Hi, this is ex-Philadelphia Eagles tight end Ken Dunnick, and I'm the current publisher of Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine, and I'm asking you to become a Camden County police officer and help make our city a better place to live. The Camden County Police Department is now hiring for sworn officers who are going to make a difference in our community. The first year's salary for the position is $51,000. So join the effort today to be part of something bigger than yourself. Visit CamdenCountyPD.org to apply online. That's CamdenCountyPD.org. Thank you.
Do you want to get in shape and feel great and look better on the beach? At Local Gym and Fitness, located at 908 Asbury Avenue, you can accomplish your goal. 4 local guys with a passion and experience in fitness wanted to open a gym that delivers a quality, hospitable, clean, and friendly environment. Don't be intimidated. Be a local. Local Gym has the best equipment around with 4 fully loaded Olympic and CrossFit platforms, Jacob's ladders, Stairmasters, bikes, and ergs. Local Gym and Fitness provides quality trainers to lend their expertise with all your training needs. They're open 7 days a week. Memberships are affordable. So be a local at Local Gym and Fitness. Call them today at 609-545-8732 or go online at localgymandfitness.com. I'll see you there.
The power's out at our house. Coffee table. But since my family has storm-ready Wi-Fi from Xfinity, they can stream and game like usual on all their devices all over the house. Oh, who moved the couch? So everybody stays connected while I just try to find a seat in the dark. Oh, cactus? Can I get a little help over here?
Yeah, bro. Just let me finish this boss battle.
Sure, go ahead. Medic!
Now you can get fast, reliable internet on the Xfinity 10G network and get storm-ready Wi-Fi when you upgrade, so you can stay up to 4 hours, even when the power goes out. Only from Xfinity. Go to Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Restrictions apply. Storm-ready Wi-Fi limited to customers within range of 4G LTE cellular signal. Speeds reduced to 30/7 megabits per second. Actual speeds vary. For more details, visit Xfinity.com/stormready.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein on 97.3 ESPN and the free 97.3 ESPN mobile app.
All right, we're back here at the Caesars Sportsbook inside the Tropicana Eagles football game day. Locker Room with Billy Schwein, Mike Carlin, Josh Hennig right here on 97.3 ESPN as we get you ready for the Eagles versus the Washington Commanders. 1 o'clock, a 1 o'clock game. But we're here. We're going to be watching the game right here at the book, the Sportsbook. Caesars Sportsbook inside the Tropicana. Come on down, join us. And right now, we're going to get the keys to the game with Scott Grayson from Fox 29 News, sponsored by Blitz's Market of Ocean City, located at 21st and Asbury Avenue. Try their famous breakfast sandwiches, hoagies, gourmet burgers, and vegetarian options. Online ordering is now available at blitzesmarkets.com or give them a call at 609-399-9983. Start your day off with Blitz's freshly squeezed orange juice. Mention the Locker Room and get $1 off their 12 ounces of liquid sunshine. That's Blitz's Markets, 21st and Asbury Avenue in Ocean City. Go and say hi to Dave and Joe Newman. Let's go to the Toms River Volkswagen Sports Hotline and welcome in our good buddy from Fox 29 News, Scott Grayson. Good morning, Scott Grayson.
Good morning, gentlemen. How are we?
Hey, we got a rare 1 o'clock game, Scott.
I know. What's this?
What is this? Well, I just said to Josh and Mike before we brought you up how when the schedule came down, everybody cringed. We're like, oh no, what's going on here? But at the end of the day, that's a good thing because this is the team people want to watch.
Well, it shows that we've talked about it. It's the target on the back, right? What comes with that is the more primetime audiences, the more national time, so the more even Sunday 4:30 time slots, because that's more of a almost national broadcast. So they're getting that coverage, they're getting that target on their back. That's what this is about. Look, it's the fourth game and the fourth different time slot they're playing in. So that tells you, and the one side of that is that these guys are such creatures of habit. They live by their rituals or routines. They haven't been able to get into a solid routine yet because they're always bouncing around from these time slots. But they've handled it. They've managed it. It hasn't always looked pretty, but they are still undefeated, and I don't expect that to change today.
We're talking with Scott Grayson from Fox 29 News. Of course, you can catch his Grayson's Grades on 97.3 ESPN.com. Check him out there. And, of course, Grayson's Grades with Mike Gill every Monday on the Sports Bash with Mike Gill. Now, talk about national coverage. I cannot believe, Scott, the coverage the tush push is getting. A freaking quarterback sneak. And everybody's making such a big deal of it.
When you watch the play, if you really slow it down and watch the play, the success of the play is the line and Jalen. Very little of it, if any, comes from the guys behind him. What those guys do is keep defenders from getting behind him and trying to be able to pull him back once he gets stood up, if he gets stood up. And so the success of the play is really the offensive line and Jalen. What these people are people who just want to complain for the sake of complaining. The same people who were complaining last week or in the Vikings game when Justin Jefferson fumbled it out of bounds through the end zone and how all of a sudden that rule stinks. Like, are you kidding me? Look, if you don't like it, and this is my answer to anybody. This is my answer to anybody, and I'm saying this, if it was the Cowboys running this play, I would still say the same thing. If you don't like the tush push, the brotherly shove, whatever we're going to call it these days, don't let the Eagles get into second, third, fourth, and short. If you don't like it, don't get to the position where you have to face it. And that's the bottom line. And to me, everybody who wants to complain about it, I think either has a problem with the Eagles, a problem with the success of the play. And frankly, instead, why don't you recognize why the play is successful? Because teams have tried to mimic it with very little success. So why is that? Because their quarterbacks don't squat 600 pounds. And their offensive line is not full of potential Hall of Famers like the Eagles have. Give credit where credit is due. The success of the play is all from that, not because they're really getting much of a shove from behind, because they aren't. If you really slow down and look at it, they're not. And I'm getting really tired of the people who want to complain about it. It is annoying.
Scott, you bring up a great point, because the Eagles, we talked about this earlier on the show, that how the Eagles are a team that goes out there and is built through the trenches, right? And all the best teams in the league have all built through the trenches. Eagles, 49ers, the Lions are on the upcome, the Kansas City Chiefs. These teams have good offensive lines, good defensive lines. So it's like, why don't other teams look at these teams like the Eagles and say, well, you built your team on the offensive line. Why don't we do that too?
Because there's these geniuses out there who think they can fix the game and do it differently, right? We saw this is more the old school way of playing the game. You dominate the trenches and you work your way out from there. This is kind of the old school way of it, and this is how teams in the past were successful. You're seeing a little bit of a recognition of the importance of that again, because you can have a great quarterback back there, but if he doesn't have time to throw the ball, it really mitigates the advantage you have at that position. So they understand and they realize more that now you could argue that the game has gone away from really running it the way the Eagles have, because, it has. Running has been to support the pass. Well, the Eagles are running the ball now really to dominate the game and control the clock, which, again, is an old school way of thinking and running these games. It's been, in a way, it's been fun to watch because you just haven't seen this kind of football around the league. And this is what I used to hate about the Cowboys with Emmitt Smith back in the day. They would just grind and grind. Aikman would then throw the ball a little bit, right? They'd get some big plays to Irvin. But for the most part, it was that offensive line and that running back, Emmitt Smith, that were just continuing to drive you crazy because you couldn't get off the field. That's what this team's doing. A 9-minute plus drive to end the game.
Yeah, I was just going to say that was amazing. A 9-minute drive at Tampa Bay. Their defense isn't too shabby.
No. And that's what, look, you're going to start to hear the complaints coming out, especially after today, because it's Sam Howell they're playing. oh, it was what we heard last. What quarterbacks have they had to play against? These are not bad teams. And on the flip side, these are not teams with bad defenses either that they're having to go against. And look, it's amazing how everybody wants to say Kirk Cousins is good, and then he plays a game against the Eagles, and then it's suddenly, well, Kirk Cousins gets lumped in with the quarterbacks who aren't great. I'm not saying he's a top 10 quarterback, but he's also not the bottom of the stack either. And that's, to me, that's what you're going to start to hear. That's going to be the narrative again, is that the Eagles haven't played some good quarterbacks. Now, unlike last year, they're going to see several good ones coming up here, and they're going to go through a gauntlet of good quarterbacks that this defense is going to have to face. But today, it's Sam Howell, and this guy is primed and ready to get – I mean, he has to look like a big piece of raw meat to these Eagles defenders today. I think they're going to have a field day against him.
And we were just alluded to that, Grayson. You know, Sean Desai and the rest of that Eagles defense, they're licking their chops. They see a quarterback that's been sacked 19 times. Their offensive line's like a wet paper bag. They can't stop anybody. And then all of a sudden you got the Eagles defense coming. They're going to have their ears pinned back today.
Well, yeah. I mean, he holds the ball. So this is a little bit like they went from Carson Wentz to Carson Wentz. This is a guy who kind of holds the ball a little bit. So the sacks are going to be there, and they know that. Now, if you force him to speed up his clock, he's not going to trust what he's seeing, and I think he's going to put the ball up in the air with some opportunities. But that being aside, they turned it over 5 times last week, the Commanders, most of that through fumbles. And I talked to Eagles players this week about the art of forcing fumbles, and the one play to me that stood out in my mind, they talk about a hustle play. Jalen Carter coming from behind and punching the ball out. Yeah. To me, and there's a banner that hangs over the auditorium in the Eagles where they do their press conferences there, and it has the art of force. It has different ways you rip the ball out, forced takeaways. Right. They've bought into that, and I think that Jalen Carter play to me really showed it. And I think today they're going to force some fumbles. I think more than anything, like strip sacks potentially even. We'll get into it too a little. I expect that we're going to start to see the ends. Sweat and Sweat, Graham, and Hassan Reddick especially start to come out today, because I think the Commanders are going to put an emphasis now on trying to keep the push up the middle from blowing up the offensive line, which is going to free up the guys coming off the edge.
Scott, it's amazing. You just said the 3 guys that all 3 of us said. We had to pick one guy each. You just named all 3 that we said. But getting back, to your average football fan that's coming into this game and knows nothing about Washington, they look at them and they go, man, they're 2-1. But when you really dissect their schedule and who they played and where they played, like opening day at home, they barely just got past Arizona. Then they go on the road to Denver, a worse team than them. They win by 2. Yeah. They gave up 35 points. They gave
up 35 points.
Then when they finally played someone good, like Buffalo, it was a field goal. 35-3. This team is not as good as at the beginning of the season. I really thought they were going to be a pretty good team, not someone that you just overlook. Today's game, it looks like it's an overlook. I didn't expect that. No. And I think the keys to what you just said. I think we're going to be getting to the corner. Well, anytime you can get to the quarterback, that changes the whole game.
Let me interject this too, Scotty Grayson, because every Saturday we have former wide receiver for the Kansas City Chiefs, Dave Klemick, and he says what Dick Vermeil kept preaching to teams when they played lesser teams: keep losing teams losing. They got to keep the pressure on a team that's less, that doesn't have the talent.
Yeah, and look, it's you could sit there a little bit and go, everything you guys have all just laid out, right? Hey, hopefully Eagles don't fall asleep today and not play against the team. This is a division game. And Nick Sirianni is going to make sure these guys are aware of that. They understand that, and I don't expect them in any way to overlook the Commanders. And that being said, I think there's also a chance to come out and really have a coming out party that they haven't yet had. They have not played 4 solid quarters, frankly, on either side of the ball. They've had good quarters on defense to really make some games put away, and the offense has played well at times to support the defense and keep the other team on the field. Today is a day where they could really come out. To me, you have a lesser opponent for all the reasons we've stated here so far, and really get right through the air, get right on the ground and dominate, and let's just suffocate this team once you get up on them. And on defense, just keep getting them off the field and forcing turnovers, sacks, whatever. I think you could have a big day on both sides of the ball today. I really do.
Scott, before we get too far along, I did want to ask you about the little news that did come out Friday and Saturday Sidney Brown's not playing in the game. He's been a big time on the special teams. They've called up Tristan McCollum. Justin Evans, questionable for the game today. Any concern about the Eagles' depth in the secondary right now with multiple guys now being down?
No, it's a good point, and it is something to keep an eye on as they go forward, because I do like the way that Sidney's been playing, and he's trending in the right direction too, right? But today, for what we said about, I just don't think Howell's going to have enough time to really exploit that potential weakness with the Eagles secondary. I just think he's going to be under pressure today a lot. They're going to try to run the ball because you can't not try to run it, but this Eagles defensive line is going to take that away from them. I just don't think that's going to be a big issue today. I think they've got enough to cover up and really keep from allowing Howell to look downfield and have too much time to pick apart that part of the safeties back there. And so, to me, I'm not worried about that today, but it is something to keep an eye on, Josh, as you look ahead down the line for the next couple of games they have coming up. And the gauntlet I talked about, that it's about, 3-4 weeks away. They've got to be healthy for that run.
All right, now it's time for Scott Grayson's Keys to the Game, brought to you by Blitz's Market in Ocean City.
Pressure, 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 right? Just get Howell from getting comfortable in that backfield. Second key to the game, it's all really focusing on the defense. Don't let them run the ball at all. I just think you can really suffocate this team entirely. And on offense, the biggest rule of thumb, right, when you play an inferior opponent, don't turn it over. The way you get beat against a lesser opponent is by turning it over and giving them short fields. The Eagles do those three things, guys. This could be a big, big win today.
I'm looking forward to it. All right, Scotty Grayson, give us a prediction. What do you see the Birds doing today against Washington?
I'm going to go. I really don't think Washington finds the end zone today. I'm going big. I'm going to go might as well, right? 41-9.
Wow, 41-9. I love it, Scott Grayson. And I feel it, and I think it's going to be reflected in our picks later on in the second half. But we won't jump to that yet. Scotty Grayson, as always, we really appreciate you and look forward to seeing you next week in a Big Eagles win.
All right, always good seeing you guys
care,
again.
Scott.
All right, there it is. The Keys to the Game with Fox 29 News sports anchor Scott Grayson is sponsored by Blitz's Market, located at 21st and Asbury Avenue in Ocean City. Try their famous breakfast sandwiches, hoagies, gourmet burgers, and vegetarian options. Online ordering is available at blitzesmarkets.com or give them a call at 609-399-9983. Start your day off with Blitz's freshly squeezed orange juice. Mention the locker room and get $1 off their 12 ounces of liquid sunshine. That's Blitz's Markets at 21st and Asbury Avenue in Ocean City. Go say hi to Dave and Joe Newman. That was Scott Grayson on the Toms River Volkswagen Sports Hotline. Want to remind people the first hour of the locker room is powered by Surety Title. Surety provides comprehensive title insurance protection and professional settlement services for home buyers and sellers, real estate agents, brokers, lenders, home builders, developers, and attorneys to facilitate your real estate purchases. From the shore to Center City and every place in between, Surety Title is there for you with 15 office locations in New Jersey and PA. That's Surety Title. For more information, call my good friend Ron Conklin at 856-988-8900 or give the Ocean City office a call at 609-399-1227.
Sign up for Caesars Rewards today to earn and redeem Atlantic City's best hotel stays, entertainment, nightlife experiences, and more at Tropicana Atlantic City. Head to the quarter this fall to redeem 1-for-1 comps and top-tier dining, boutique shopping, and the ultimate IMAX experience featuring the largest screen in South Jersey.
All right, when we return, we're broadcasting live. When we return, we'll continue the Eagles talk here on an Eagles Sunday as we broadcast live from the Caesars Sportsbook inside the Tropicana. This place is starting to fill up, Mike.
Filling up.
Look at this. And, of course, when there's a touchdown, Josh, you hear the crowd going off. I love that, man. All right, we got more for you. Stick around. It's the Locker Room with Billy Schwein, Mike Carlin, Josh Hennig, right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Brian Radke here from Sunday Night Football on Westwood One. Join Jason McCourty and me this Sunday from MetLife Stadium for the New York Jets and the defending Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs. Can Zach Wilson, Garrett Wilson, and the Jets break their two-game losing skid without Aaron Rodgers? Or will Travis Kelce and the Chiefs pick up a third straight win? Join us to find out on Sunday Night Football.
Listen to Sunday Night Football on 97.3 ESPN. Coverage begins at 8 p.m.
Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson and Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson and Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson and Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson and Sons for electrical, they're number one.
Every year, hundreds of children suffer from unintentional injuries or death due to unsecured guns. Camden County and Moms Demand Action South Jersey are asking for your help to reduce gun violence by spreading the Be Smart message.
Store guns unloaded, locked, and separate from ammunition. And talk to other parents about secure gun storage.
It's up to us to prevent these tragedies and save lives. Visit CamdenCounty.com/BeSmart to learn how we can stop gun accidents and deaths together.
By texting 64,000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from Babbel. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at babbel.com/TNC.
What's holding you back from learning the language you've always wanted to know?
Too hard.
Takes too long.
Not with Babbel. Babbel's lessons take just 15 minutes a day, and they're fun, so you don't realize you're learning a language, but you are. In 3 weeks, you're able to start having conversations.
And with Babbel, it isn't hard.
It's perfect.
And now try Babbel free. Text radio to 64,000. Text radio to 64,000.
After a big dinner, my nighttime heartburn would keep me up. I'd be taking antacid after antacid all night long. But then I tried Prilosec OTC. Just one pill a day blocks my frequent heartburn for a full 24 hours, giving me one-and-done heartburn relief. Without heartburn keeping me up, I could have a restful night's sleep.
Prilosec OTC. One pill a day, 24 hours, zero heartburn. It's possible while taking Prilosec OTC. Use as directed for 14 days to treat frequent heartburn, not for immediate relief.
Don't get blindsided by a bad trade offer.
Come on, that's a low blow.
Don't get called out for paying high interest rates.
That's a bad call.
Stuck in a loan or lease? Matt Black Kia wants to get you released so you can drive your new Matt Black Kia with zero down, zero interest, or even zero payments for 90 days. Plus, drive with peace of mind with our exclusive 4-day love it or leave it return policy. Even first-time buyers can drive with zero down or zero payments for 90 days on every new Kia in stock. Plus, we want to finance your future, not your past, or get up to $8,000 off MSRP on every 2023 EV6 GT in stock.
It's gotta be a
Matt Black Kia.
With approved credit, not all will qualify. Credit may affect down payment. Offers can't be combined. Go to MattBlackKiaNJ.com for complete details or 888-505-6670. Price includes all costs to be paid by consumer, except for licensing, registration, and taxes through CAP1. Excludes EVs. 36 months at $27.77 per thousand to Tier 1 customers. Expires 10/5/23. Matt Black Kia, 6211 Black Horse Pike, Egg Harbor Township, and now on Route 37 in Toms River.
Now, more of the Locker Room. And the 97.3 ESPN free mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live inside the Tropicana at the Caesars Sportsbook. It's the Locker Room with Billy Schwein, Mike Carlin, and Josh Hennig right here on 97.3 ESPN as we get you prepared for an Eagles 1 o'clock game at the Link. They'll be drinking at the Lincoln today, Josh.
And the
It's a
last
beautiful
time,
day outside.
Absolutely. The last time they were in Lincoln Financial Field, remember, we saw the debut, the burst on the scene of that DeAndre Swift, Billy.
Yeah, I got to tell you, I was skeptical when the Eagles let go Miles.
You let Miles Sanders walk.
When they let him walk, they let him walk in free agency, and then they acquired Swift. I was a little skeptical, but not now, Mike Carlin. This is unbelievable. He's really playing well, and I think the juice from it's his hometown team. And the fact that he's playing behind that great offensive line, there's no question about that. Those guys are the Hogs. They're the real Hogs. Remember they have the Hogs in Washington?
Yeah.
Right? These are the real Hogs.
And thinking what he's doing for the team. Think who's sitting back just resting. Where you got Scott back there, you got Gainwell and Penny. When we do need them, they're going to be fresh to come right in and play.
When that's the key word, fresh. When the Eagles had, it seems like the Eagles over the years have always had a good. They've always had good
tandems,
like a lot of guys in and out.
Mm-hmm.
What's the word I'm looking for?
They're riding
Not
the wave with him right now.
They don't get
good rotation.
A good rotation. That's the word I'm looking for. The rotation of the defensive line keeps them fresh, Mike Carlin. They don't have to be in there every single play of the game.
That's the backup.
Yeah.
And who's that fall on? Who's doing
Howie
that?
Roseman.
Howie
Exactly. Roseman. The Philadelphia Eagles, a lot was made about their schedule, the strength of schedule.
Right.
We anticipated the Eagles being 5-0, 5-0 at 5-1. I think I had them. What did you have?
6-0.
6-0.
Going to Miami. Miami coming home.
I still see that's possible.
Especially with the Jets, with Aaron out. The Jets was questionable.
Yeah,
now
nobody foresaw Rodgers not
getting
playing.
hurt.
So I think that changes a little bit your projections.
Yeah, absolutely. So the point I'm trying to make is that this team, I don't think they're like the coaching staff has them prepared. I don't think with the combination of the youth and the experienced leadership that we have,
right?
I don't think they're primed for a letdown. Like Clemick said, Dick Vermeil said, keep losing, teams losing. And I think this team is focused from what I hear from the coaching staff, with that starts at Nick Sirianni all the way down to the players. I think this team is not going to have a letdown today.
Well, that was one of my keys to the game on Friday's game night here on 97.3 ESPN. On Friday, I said, Billy, my number one key is that you got to get on these guys early, and you got to keep them down. You never want to give teams hope.
Right.
One of the problems we saw yesterday in college football, you don't let teams hang around, because then what happens? They come back and beat you. You don't want to let a team like Washington have any hope that they can come back and beat you.
I don't see a letdown. I'm excited for the game. I know we're going to be speaking with this. I'm not going to tell you. We're going to have a special guest calling in at 11 o'clock. He's on his way up to the game, and we'll save that information.
Oh, fancy.
Yeah, a special guest. I'm not going to tell you.
Billy's all fancy right
man. But look.
Remember, today's a home game.
It's a home game.
We're not playing at Washington.
Right.
This is our second home game. People are excited for this game.
Yeah, I think
the players.
I think the link is going to be rocking today. I used to be a season ticket holder, but I'm passing the torch to a new crowd. All right, we got Eagles and the Washington Commanders at 1 o'clock. You catch all the action right here on 97.3 ESPN.
40.
Mike and Merle with the call. And if you can't watch the game on TV, definitely have Mike and Merle. A lot of people turn the TV down and turn Merle up.
I do that sometimes.
That's what I do.
Yeah.
All right. Hour 1 is in the books. Hour 2, we'll have the fantasy football guru, Brian Hartley, brought to you by Charlie's Bar and Restaurant.
20 seconds.
Coming up at 11:30. All that and more. It's the Locker Room with Billy Schweim, Mike Carlin, Josh Hennig, as we broadcast live
10.
inside the Caesar Sportsbook, inside the Tropicana, right here on 97.3 ESPN and the 97.3 ESPN mobile app.
This is the radio home for Philadelphia Eagles football. It's week 4, and the Eagles are back home hosting their NFC East rivals, the Washington Commanders.
He is in. Touchdown, Eagles.
Pre-game coverage begins at noon. Merrill and Mike call all the action starting at 1 p.m. This is South Jersey's official home for Philadelphia Eagles football. 97.3 ESPN. South Jersey's Eagles station. Brought to you by
Ocean Casino. Get your game on at the Gallery Bar Booking Games in Ocean Casino this football season. GMS Law. Make the right call. Boardwalk Honda. Shop our lineup of new pre-owned and certified pre-owned Hondas online at boardwalkhonda.com. The Fan Zone at Sun Valley Pools. Unique fan gear and gifts for every fan of every team. Cape Regional Hospital. Your healthcare partner for a healthier life in Cape May County. Jersey Shore Federal Credit Union. Choose better banking. And South Jersey Gas.
97.3 ESPN FM is your official home in South Jersey for Eagles football.
97.3 ESPN has teamed up with Seize the Deal for incredible weekly offers from some fantastic local restaurants. Here's this week's big deal.
Get 2 $25 gift cards that you can use at Peach Buns Bakery in Northfield for just $25.
This great deal is on sale now at seizethedeal.com. Hurry, chances are this deal will sell quickly. For more info on this great deal, go to seizethedeal.com.
SeizeTheDeal.com.
Hey, Josh Hennig here to tell you about how Jenkins Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning has helped your favorite football team. Did you know that over 40 years ago, John Jenkins Sr. invented the heated seat that football players sit on today? Yes, the Jenkins family created a way for football players to weather the extreme cold. Now imagine what Jenkins could do for your home. Call Jenkins for plumbing, drain cleaning, and leak repairs, gas furnace boiler, and hot water heater replacements. Call Jenkins today at 609-641-6262, online at jenkinsandsons.com.
Exergen thermometers are the smart choice when selecting a thermometer. With children back at school, keeping them healthy is important. Got a fever? Stay home. To detect fever, you need a clinically accurate thermometer. The Exergen thermometer is backed by over 100 clinical studies. Accuracy matters. Be smart and safe. Measure accurately with Exergen thermometers. Available at Walgreens and participating retailers. Learn more at Exergen.com.
Something good to know from First Bank of Sea Isle City. We have all of today's innovative banking products just like the big banks, but we offer something they can't. A personal community focus. Let's get you started with Bill Pay. You save time when you pay your bills online. It's fast, easy, and convenient. First Bank of Sea Isle City, a community bank that delivers more for you every day. Personal service, today's technology, from the people who truly care. Learn more at firstbankseaisle.com.
Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Go to get your game on at the Gallery Bar Booking Games in Ocean Casino Resort this football season. Cheers your favorite drinks while cheering on your favorite team. Get in on the parlay while in the middle of a party. Go for the sports scene and go for the endless screens. Go to the Gallery. Go to Ocean. Go for the win. For more information, visit theoceanac.com. Must be 21 or older to wager or consume alcohol. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
South Jersey's play-by-play home for the Eagles,
Touchdown!
Sixers,
It's good!
and Flyers.
Oh, big save by Carter Hart.
97.3 ESPN, WENJ, WENJ HD, Millville, Atlantic City, a Town Square media station.
Welcome to the locker room.
Vince Papali, welcome to the locker room.
I can smell it already, Billy. What's happening, buddy?
Von Hayes, welcome to the locker room with Billy Schwein.
Yeah, hey, Billy, how you doing out there?
Rich Gannon, welcome to the locker room, Rich.
Thanks, guys. It's great to be with you.
Great Bob McElwee, NFL referee.
Hey, Bill, how you doing?
Craig Berube. Craig, welcome to the locker room.
All right, thanks, Billy.
We have the real Pat Croce in the locker room.
Let me off the bench, Coach.
And now here's your host, Billy Schwein.
All right, welcome back to the locker room with Billy Schwein, Mike Carlin, and Josh Hennig as we broadcast live at the Caesars Sportsbook inside the Tropicana. It's Eagles game day, and we're all excited. We're getting set for the Washington Commanders visiting the Philadelphia Eagles, and you know the link is going to be packed today, and there's going to be tons of people up there. Tailgate, it's a beautiful day, Josh, but we're really looking forward to a big game today for out of the Birds.
Listen, the Eagles are already 3-0, and they have a chance to be one of only 5 teams in the last 23 years who started back-to-back years undefeated.
All right, now Carlin are on the phone with us right now, a great sponsor of the show. He's a good friend of ours. He's the CEO of Toms River Auto Group. Let's go to the Toms River Volkswagen Sports Hotline and welcome in our good friend, Tom McMenamin. Good morning, Tom. Tom, I'll tell you what, man. We're inside the Caesars. We're inside the Tropicana at the Caesars Sportsbook, and you got to come. You got to come visit us one Sunday and spend some time with us. It's unbelievable. This place is packed. You got jerseys from teams from all over the league. Watching the TV, the screens are beautiful. They're huge. The clarity's something else. But I know you're on your way up to the game, and you guys got to be excited. Oh! I love it, Tom. That's great. You and Helen are on your way up. You got good seats, Tom? Nice. Tom, I tell you what, Tom, this is, especially from last year, the Eagles went 14-3. It's great for business. It's so much fun going to the games. Everybody's pumped up when you know you got something to look forward to. So what don't you do a little thing that when people come in with a jersey on, they get a discount? There you go. So where like are you close to you said it's bumper to bumper, you're still on the expressway?
Wow.
Are you all eagled up, Tommy? You got your Eagles gear on? Tommy, I got to tell you, there's nothing like being in an Eagles game, especially when they're winning and the enthusiasm. But when they score a touchdown and they sing and the crowd sings that Eagles Fly song, there's nothing like it. Well, Tommy, listen, man, we really appreciate you. We appreciate Tom's River Auto Group for being a major sponsor. And good luck, and thanks for calling in. Let's go, Birds. All right, there he is. All right, Tommy, we'll talk to you soon. Let's go, Birds. There he is, Tom McMiniman on this Tom's River Volkswagen Sports Hotline. And right now, we're bringing in the beverage supervisor here at the Tropicana, Victoria. Good morning, Victoria.
Good morning, everybody.
So, Victoria, you run the bar and the service here.
Yeah, all the bars, sports book.
The sports book there, the head honcho. But as I'm, getting ready here, we're getting ready to go back on the air. Mike Carlin shows me these drinks. Oh my gosh. What do we have here?
Non-alcoholic, right?
So I do have one shot for you guys, which is the peanut butter and jelly shot, which is probably my favorite shot here. It's got Jamboard and Screwball.
Okay.
Thank you. So I got one for everybody here.
Victoria, for those who are listening on the radio, she's trying to direct traffic while she's talking to us on the radio.
Oh, look at this. Oh my God. This is called a peanut butter and jelly?
This is a peanut butter and jelly shot.
Wow. Now, and explain to us, you have a lot of drink specials here during NFL Sunday. Explain to us what you have.
So we have buckets of beer, so it's going to be 6 for $46. We have buckets of seltzer, and then of course during our Eagles games we have buckets of Miller Lite for $36. So that's a huge thing there. To get a booth, what do you have to do? You have to go to Caesars.com. So you can go to our website, Tropicana.net, and then click on Sportsbook, and it'll direct you right from there. We have VIP couches available, which include 2 buckets. We have a regular VIP couch, which is in 1 bucket, and then we have the high top table, stadium seats, perimeter seating, ranging from $10 for the perimeter to $400 for the couch.
Of course, the food's great here. Every week it seems like we get fed by Chickies and Pete's. We have Carmine's last week.
With Hash Go-Go.
Hash House.
Go-Go. You got Hooters here. It's all under one roof.
What's coming today? We have something today.
So, Casa Taco is going to be coming up in a little bit for you
all
guys.
under one roof. You're right here, centrally located, Victoria. You can't beat that.
Lots of options.
What's this other drink you have?
So I brought you 2 other drinks. One is a watermelon Bacardi mojito.
That looks great.
And then one of my personal favorites that we did this year was a non-alcoholic whiskey drink. So it's a Ritual whiskey alternative. Certainly special to Atlantic City with the Hero campaign for John Elliott. We just unveiled the partnership, Tropicana and ACPD's first electric Hero car. So Hero campaign is something that's definitely something that's close to the hearts here at Caesars Entertainment and Tropicana.
Victoria, you guys get a great crowd. One thing we noticed that when we broadcast live here every Sunday is the different jerseys that are walking around. You got the whole league here. People represent. You got 49ers. You got Washington. You got Baltimore. You got a wide
purple
variety.
over there.
Yeah, you get a wide variety. And of course, there's a early game right now going on over in
London.
So that gets the crowd here earlier, but this place gets packed during NFL Sunday.
Yep. Today is going to be one of the busiest with the Eagles at 1:00. It's local game. There's always people here for local games.
I love it. You guys want to do a shot in honor of Victoria right
I would
here?
love to.
All right, guys. Cheers. Let's
Never had one.
Let's do a shot right here on the radio. And thanks, Victoria.
Ooh, they smell good.
Thank you very much for dropping this off. Wow, it tastes like peanut butter and jelly.
Makes sense.
Good Lord, that was awesome.
Yep.
That's a dangerous drink in my
That's
book.
dangerous because it doesn't even taste like
Oh,
alcohol.
boom, 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 and then you're in
They're
trouble.
very easy. They're drinkable for sure.
Well, Victoria, we're going to be hanging with you, my crew, and there's other people coming down. A part of us. We're going to be watching the Eagles Washington Commanders game right here at the Caesars Sportsbook inside the Tropicana, Josh.
Yeah, and people want to come down because if you haven't been here before, you haven't experienced. Because listen, we're in the age with a lot of sports books in Atlantic City, but not every sports book has what is at Caesars Sportsbook at Tropicana. And unless you experience the difference, you don't understand the difference. Like, we can talk about it all day on the radio bell, but people need to come down and experience the panoramic views of the TVs, the easy to sit in seating here. I mean, everything is just very convenient, the setup.
What amazes me that we've talked about week in and week out for the first 4 weeks that we've been here is the clarity of these big screen
TVs or something.
I mean, and when the enthusiasm, like when you see when the Jacksonville Jaguars scored, the crowd erupted, went nuts, and you're here, but you feel like you're a part of the game, Victoria.
And
You're right in the middle of everything.
And the 1 o'clock games, we're watching them all.
Yeah.
If it's
Well,
being
the
played, we're
Eagles
watching.
are going to be on that big screen
Right
there.
But these little ones, I mean, you don't. Not everybody here is going to be an Eagles fan. My point is, you can just be an NFL fan, and your game is going to be.
Or you have a fantasy football.
And we got
team
Ravens
going.
fans right in front of us.
There
Look
we
at
go.
the Ravens fans. Look at that. All right, Victoria, thank you so much. We really appreciate it. I can't wait to get into these drinks. But thank you so much.
Thank
and,
you.
We'll be hanging out for the Eagles game.
All right. We'll see you in a little bit.
There she is, Victoria. She's the beverage supervisor here at the Caesars Sportsbook inside the Tropicana. I want to remind people that for over 83 years, the Circle Liquor Store has offered the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits in South Jersey. It's a stone's throw away from Ocean City. It's a landmark with a friendly staff. It's no wonder why Circle Liquors was named Best of Philly, Best of Atlantic City with the most competitive prices around. The Circle Liquor Store is now a proud sponsor of the second hour of the Locker Room with Billy Schwein. Throwing a party, preparing for the big game. Make sure you have everything you need. Check out the website at circleliquors.com or give them a call at 609 2921.
Experience the best of the NFL season at Tropicana Atlantic City with Caesars Sportsbook, multiple sports bars, all under one roof. Tropicana is the ultimate game day destination. Bring your friends, grab a beer, cheer on your favorite teams. Now's the time to make a game plan and reserve your seats. Learn more at Caesars.com/AC.
Hey, are the what ifs keeping you up at night? Life is full of surprises, but with Stan Insurance Group, you'll never be caught off guard. Whether it's protecting your home, automobile, business, Stan Insurance Group will help you select the right insurance coverage at the right price to give you and your family peace of mind when you need it the most. Visit sigprotection.com for a free quote. That's SIGprotection.com. All right, when we return, we'll continue here as we broadcast live at the Caesars Sportsbook inside the Tropicana. It's the Locker Room with Billy Schwein, Mike Carlin, Josh Hennig, right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Today on Compass Media Network's coverage of the NFL. It's a cross-conference showdown in Week 4 as the Dallas Cowboys host the New England Patriots. Hi, this is Jerry Recco. Join Kevin Ray, Danny White, and myself for all the action as Dak Prescott and the Cowboys look to regain their winning form. But Mac Jones and the Patriots are looking to make it 2 wins in a row. It's the Dallas Cowboys and the New England Patriots. If it's the NFL, it's right here.
It's NFL Sunday on 97.3 ESPN. Coverage begins after Eagles football.
Ocean City's real estate market is red hot. You need an agent that has the knowledge and expertise to help. Contact Ocean City's top agent, Mark Grimes. Mark has been selling real estate for 30 years in South Jersey. He can answer all your real estate questions and find you the perfect property. He's available anytime on his cell at 609-425-2042. When Philadelphia star athletes are looking for a house at the beach, they contact Mark Grimes, specializing in buying and selling vacation homes, single-family homes, condominiums, and duplexes, residential and commercial, as well as new construction projects or investment opportunities. Mark Grimes, he's your agent at the beach. Give him a call right now, 609-425-2042, or check out his website at grimes.com.
Hundreds of Volkswagens in stock and on sale. Hundreds of Mitsubishis, even 100 electric Bintelli golf carts in stock and on sale at Tom's River Auto Group. And not one a penny over sticker. Plus, Tom's River Auto has a Birds fan bonus. $500 off just for showing up in a team jersey, hat, socks, whatever. How easy is that? New or used, Tom's River's got plenty, but hurry. On sale, they're flying. Click Tom'sRiverAutoGroup.com.
Hi, this is ex-Philadelphia Eagles tight end Ken Dunnick, and I'm the current publisher of Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine, and I'm asking you to become a Camden County police officer and help make our city a better place to live. The Camden County Police Department is now hiring for sworn officers who are going to make a difference in our community. The first year's salary for the position is $51,000. So join the effort today to be part of something bigger than yourself. Visit CamdenCountyPD.org to apply online. That's CamdenCountyPD.org. Thank you.
Attorney Joe Cordell. Divorce forces a father to focus on what's most important, his children. In the divorce process, this comes down to three key concerns: physical custody, decision-making, as well as financial support. Each of these is important, and it's important that you choose a lawyer that cares as much about these issues as you do.
Offices in Philadelphia, Radnor, and Allentown, Pennsylvania, and Mount Laurel, New Jersey. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only. Michelle Ferrari, licensed in New Jersey and Pennsylvania. Online at CordellCordell.com.
Paid for by Cordell and Cordell. The power's out at our house. Coffee table. But since my family has storm-ready Wi-Fi from Xfinity, they can stream and game like usual on all their devices all over the house. Oh, who moved the couch? So everybody stays connected while I just try to find a seat in the dark. Oh, cactus? Can I get a little help over here?
Yeah, bro. Just let me finish this boss battle.
Sure. Go ahead. Medic!
Now you can get fast, reliable internet on the Xfinity 10G network and get storm-ready Wi-Fi when you upgrade, so you can stay connected for up to 4
20
hours,
seconds.
even when the power goes out. Only from Xfinity. Go to Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Restrictions apply. Storm-ready Wi-Fi limited to customers within range of 4G LTE cellular signal. Speeds reduced to 30/7 megabits per second. Actual speeds vary. For more details, visit Xfinity.com/stormready.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim on 97.3 ESPN and the free 97.3 ESPN mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live at the Caesars Sportsbook inside the Tropicana. Billy Schwein, Mike Carlin, Josh Hennig as we get you ready for Eagles football. 1 o'clock kickoff against the Washington Commanders. Of course, we just got off the phone with Tom McMenamin, the CEO of Tom's River Volkswagen. He said, "Up." He said, "There's Mike. There's already a bumper to bumper on the expressway."
These games, I'm finding out, like if it's a 1 o'clock, you got to leave. If you're down here in South Jersey, you literally, it sounds crazy, you got to leave by like 8:30 if you don't want to just sit in bumper to bumper. I mean, you got to get up there 2-3 hours for the game.
Well, I got to be honest with you. You know, over the years, you know, I was a season ticket holder from 1991 up until just recently, and I never got there like there's people that get there like what, 9 o'clock.
When the gates open, gates open at 8.
At 8 o'clock in the morning. I was never one to do that, but I would get there 2 hours, you know, in advance, and you get a little feel, that a little taste of that tailgate. But these people take tailgate serious.
Oh, it's yeah.
I mean, it's become a big business too.
Huge business.
You know about that, right, Mike?
I do know about.
I mean, like there's like bands set up. I mean, it's like it's turned into such a big event. People have RVs with their tents, the what do you call it? The canopies.
Canopies.
You know, protected from weather. They got cooked, grilled. It's amazing.
It used to be you popped your trunk open, you had
Yeah,
4 or 5
right.
people around.
That's the old-fashioned tailgate.
Now you walk past and you like laugh at people. Okay, if you're not walking into somewhere where it's catered, I mean, now the tailgates, if you're less than 100 people, it's like you're doing something wrong.
Tommy McMenamin just sent me a picture. Look at that, bumper to bumper. He wasn't kidding, Josh.
Hey, man.
It's crazy.
Well, the other thing is, don't forget, this is the first Sunday
1 o'clock
home.
game.
No, not 1 o'clock. Sunday home game.
Home game, yeah.
Remember, the first home game was Thursday night.
No, Thursday
And
night, yeah.
Let's be realistic. There's a lot of people who work during the week.
Can't get there.
And they can't get there on a Monday or a Thursday night. So for many people, this is their first Eagles home game.
All right, get back to the X's and O's. Josh Hennig, I would imagine that DeAndre Swift and the Eagles' offensive line has been so dominant, they're going to continue to run the ball. Why go away? Why stop it? Why break it if it's not fixed? You run it until they
keep
can't
going.
stop it. Mike, how many times over the last couple of years, and Josh, you can speak to this because you've been with me a lot longer. Anytime we've ever talked about the Eagles with either Scott Grayson or anyone, what do we always say? Run the ball, run the ball. Now they're running the ball.
Eat the clock.
Eat the clock. And it's so much fun, especially when you have a running back like DeAndre Swift, who's had a couple back-to-back 100-yard games.
And listen, it's interesting because Jason Kelsey on his podcast, the New Heights Pod, talked about, because, we can talk about all the offensive line all we want, but Kelsey said it's also Swift.
Yeah, hold on. Before you play, let me see. How about back in the day? I don't know if they still do it. I would imagine they do. But when a running back has a great game, they buy the offensive line dinner or get to do something special for the offensive line.
Well, if it's Emmitt Smith, sure, he's making more money than the whole team combined.
Yeah, I guess DeAndre Swift can't do that.
I don't think DeAndre Swift is making that much money.
Let's get the clip played.
Yeah, so this is Jason Kelsey from the New Heights Pod talking about why DeAndre Swift has been playing so well.
He's been having a hell of a year so far. He just makes guys miss, though. He's making yards after the first contact. And that's what you want. We're going to be able to get a hat on a hat, but there's always going to be one guy, and that's who the running back's got to try and find his way through. There's just so many times from the Minnesota game to last night that he's been making carries longer than what we're giving him. He's going above and beyond what we're providing for him. And I think he's hungry, man. You see it in the way he's moving. You see it in the way he's running, his aggression. He's excited. He's happy. And he's rolling right now, man. He's balling out. Happy for him.
I got to say, Josh, some of the holes that he's seeing, you could drive a truck through. But that being said, he is extending the play and getting the extra couple yards. But talk about Kelsey and Swift.
Yeah, right. The other Kelsey.
I'd rather have this Kelsey and Smith. Okay, Swift. I'd rather have this Kelsey and Swift because listen, right now they're firing on all cylinders, Mike Carlin, and it's fun. And when you need Grayson pointed it out that 9-minute possession, that 9-minute drive at the end of the Tampa Bay game,
never
this is
let
what
him touch the ball.
championship teams need.
Never give the ball back.
It's amazing because he also mentioned about how he makes guys miss. He knows how to do that at the next level. And, not everybody can do that. Not every running back is capable of that. And I think that for the Eagles, this is why they traded for him. Because they realized that in Detroit, he had too high of a usage.
Right.
So in Philadelphia, if you bring that usage maybe down about 10, 15%, you're going to get the same, if not more productivity because he's going to be healthier. And that's where Gainwell can come in because Swift and Gainwell are the tandem now.
Now, if I were to ask you, Carl, I know you got the stats. Don't look at your stats.
Mm-hmm.
You know that DeAndre Swift had 16 carries. How many carries do you think Gainwell had last week?
4.
No, he had 14.
14
snaps.
Oh.
So, like Josh just said, they're spreading it out. It's not the whole load isn't on him, and he's still getting his 100 yards.
And when those gains like Gainwell or Scott come in, guess what? They're coming in hungry.
Yes.
They know, hey, I don't know how many times I'm going to be able to touch the ball, so they're giving it all they have. But the other point that you brought up about that Swift is hitting the holes, you got to be able to read the holes too.
Right.
How many times have you watched the game where you hear the commentator will say, if he would have went to the right, look what he had.
Yep.
So it's not just the line doing their thing. You have to follow, and you got to be. He's a good running back. He's proven that he looks like he's been in this league for 4 or 5 years now.
And remember, people when that trade was originally made, remember that was on draft weekend.
Right.
People were like, well, why are the Lions giving up on this guy so easily?
I was shocked, Josh. I got to be honest with you. I
bet you they are right now too.
Yeah, right.
No,
they got to be kicking themselves.
Well, here's why. Because the Lions realized that he didn't fit what they wanted to do long term. Look what they're doing with David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs right now. By the way, because we talked about before the show, the Lions are one of the best teams in the NFC right now. Montgomery is like the grinder back. He goes out there, he gets the
short yardage, the hard yards.
Right, but he does a lot of the power running.
Right.
And they want Gibbs to be the other guy, and they felt that Swift and Gibbs were too duplicates.
But this goes back to what Carlin said earlier with Jalen Carter being at the right team at the right time. Same thing with DeAndre Swift. He's on a team that right now this is a perfect fit for him. He's a perfect fit for us.
He's perfect for us. We'll take him.
We'll take him.
Bill, real quick, one more thing on the offense we got to bring up, and that is because we mentioned in the first hour about how the passing game has been a little slow out of the gate, but the Eagles deserve credit for making this adjustment. Instead of being stubborn and banging their head against the wall, Sirianni and Brian Johnson and the whole staff, they turned around and said, hey, these teams are trying to stop us from making the big play. So they're going to let us run the ball. We're just going to keep running it until they let us get the big play.
Well, last week, A.J. Brown totaled a team-leading 9 receptions for 131 yards. He averaged 14.6 yards per catch at Tampa Bay, marking his 4th game as an Eagle, recording 120 yards plus receiving.
How many touchdowns did he have?
0.
Because teams are not letting the Eagles get the big play in the passing game. That throw that Hurts had to Zacchaeus last Monday night was an incredible job by him reading the
By the
defense.
way, did you see the footage? The camera was right on. That ball
perfect.
Just missed the hand of a Tampa Bay defensive back, like by inches. Talk about a game of inches, Carlin. Right?
It was
I mean, it was just made it over that guy's outside stand. And, of course, Zacchaeus had 2 catches. Zacchaeus 2 catches for 58 yards and a touchdown. So he's another local product.
One after another.
Right? He went to St. Joe's Prep.
Yes, he did.
I just think it's so cool that Hassan Reddick, Swift, Zacchaeus, these guys have local ties. I just think it makes it that much more enjoyable for the fan because of the local connection, and it also probably for them, their experience playing for the home team. Swift grew up being an Eagles fan.
Yeah, they're loving it. They're getting to play in their right in their hometown. Yeah, it's perfect.
Scott Grayson from Fox 29 News, his prediction was 41-9. I'm inclined to agree that this is going to be a blowout, Josh. Very rarely in the NFL we saw the Dolphins hang 70 against Denver, right?
Right.
And was that week 2? Or was that
last week?
Was that last week? Okay.
Last week.
Mike Carlin predicted that,
the
by
Dolphins,
the way. I did.
You didn't say 70, did you? What did you say?
Well, no, he said that Dolphins were going to blow them out.
I said game's over at halftime.
That counts. Okay. A professional team hanging 70 points against an opponent is really unheard
the
of.
highest totals all time.
But guess what? Do you think if the Eagles have the opportunity to, like Grayson said right now, and I know your score is going to be reflective of that too, but 41-9, if the Eagles say get up, score 41 points in the first half, which isn't out of the question, would they continue to pour it on?
No,
think Sirianni will lay off?
I don't want anybody to get hurt.
Like when they sent a press.
This isn't college.
Right,
this isn't college where I'm looking for points.
I think that's the difference between a coach like Sirianni and a coach like Mike McDaniel. Nothing against Mike McDaniel. He actually is a very good coach.
Right.
Okay. But I think McDaniel is still young enough where he values the scoring, whereas Sirianni is more.
He was doing it with second and third team players, though.
Yeah, but they were still going for big plays. They were going for the big play.
Did you see in the Penn State game last night?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he looked the quarter. They were already winning.
Halftime, you were scared. If you were a Penn State fan, you were
wait
scared.
a second. At the end of the game, they were up 34 to.
At the end of the game,
it looked like the quarterback was going to take a knee, and then he threw the ball.
I didn't like that.
Do you like? I don't like.
I didn't like
that.
That was cheap.
That's cheap.
That's cheap.
And that's fodder that's bulletin board fodder.
There's a game today, guys. They got blown. Denver got blown out last week by
did.
70 points. You know who they're playing today?
They're playing Chicago.
Yeah, in Chicago. Guess who's favored? Denver.
Don't tell me Denver is.
That's how bad Chicago is.
Yeah.
They're favored.
Chicago is such a dumpster fire that Denver is favored by 3 at the majority of books.
That's crazy.
And by the way, guys, we'll get to this later, but we got to give our games that we're watching for the rest of the day as well, not just the Eagles games.
Well, I got my Caesars Sports app right here, so I'll be getting involved with a lot of that this afternoon as we're here broadcasting live inside the Tropicana, the Caesars Sportsbook. This is the place to be. This place is mobbed already. I see a Baltimore Ravens jersey.
Lamar
I see
Jackson.
It's not 11:30 yet.
Kelsey from the Chiefs. We got.
I see
49ers.
Garrett Wesson from the Jets over there.
Yeah, Eagles jerseys, Chiefs. I saw a couple Cincinnati Bengals walking around. This is
more
Kansas
City
Chiefs
Kansas
right
City
here.
is just filing in.
There they are, Chiefs fans. But we got a great slate of games today, Carlin.
Oh, hey, I mean, I know we're an Eagles fan. We like this,
right?
But the game of the day at 1:00. Ready? Miami at Buffalo.
Yes.
That's going to be a good
That's
game. Yeah.
the game of the day.
That game is going to probably determine who wins that division.
Josh, is Tagovailoa the real deal? Is he put his concussion problems behind him, and
I mean, so far he has.
All it takes is one hit, guys.
I think the thing was
but he's got to learn how to go down.
Yeah.
And
well,
fall
he
correctly.
claims he has. Now the problem is, like Mike said, that we haven't seen him go down a lot yet.
Yeah.
So I think, listen, nobody thinks that if Tua is not healthy, the Dolphins aren't good. The question is, what happens when he does get hurt? Is it devastating, or is it something they can rebound from?
Is that game in Miami? Or is
Game's
that
at Buffalo.
It's in Buffalo?
Yeah, but
I might have to tease that with the Eagles today.
And guess what? They're catching it at a great time. This is when you want to play in Buffalo.
Yeah, when it's
you don't want to go there in
really
November,
cold.
December.
I bet you Buffalo wants Miami further on in the season.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
You know that. All right. Hey, for over 83 years, well, we're going to talk on the other side. We're going to talk with the fantasy football guru, Brian Hartley, brought to you by Charlie's Bar and Restaurant at Summers Point.
For him.
Yeah, because there's a lot of great games today, and there's a lot of points to be had in fantasy. For over 83 years, the Circle Liquor Store has offered the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits in South Jersey. It's a stone's throw away from Ocean City. It's a landmark with a friendly staff. It's no wonder why Circle Liquors is named Best of Philly, Best of Atlantic City, with the most competitive prices around. Circle Liquor Store is now a proud sponsor of the second hour of the Locker Room with Billy Schwein. Throwing a party, preparing for the big game. Let Chet and his staff make sure you have everything you need. Check out their website at circleliquors.com or give them a call at 609-927-2921. They deliver. That's Circle Liquor Store in Summers Point, New Jersey.
This season, Caesars Sportsbook is offering more ways to bet than ever before, with more props, bigger same-day game parlays, and play-by-play betting, all of which are available on the kiosks at Tropicana AC, making it the best place to bet and watch. On October 8th, Tropicana will be hosting their first ever Fire Bets tournament at the Tropicana AC during the Philadelphia LA Chargers game. Players will have a chance to compete in this in-game contest for over $5,000 in prizes from Caesars Sportsbook and Caesars Palace Online.
All right, up next, it's the fantasy football guru, Brian Hartley. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein, Mike Carlin, Josh Hennig, right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Brian Radke here from Sunday Night Football on Westwood One. Join Jason McCourty and me this Sunday from MetLife Stadium for the New York Jets and the defending Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs. Can Zach Wilson, Garrett Wilson, and the Jets break their two-game losing skid without Aaron Rodgers? Or will Travis Kelce and the Chiefs pick up a third straight win? Join us to find out on Sunday Night Football.
Listen to Sunday Night Football on 97.3 ESPN. Coverage begins at 8 p.m.
Train presents The Unstoppables. Those captains of comfort, those gargantuans of the guarantee, those satisfaction savants who persevere perilously beyond probability as the raconteurs of reliability. Here's to Train's heralded heroes of heating and air conditioning, those comfort kings with a tireless tenacity for total turnaround. The Train Comfort Specialists. Just one more reason why it's hard to stop a train.
Hi, this is Joe Lenigan, owner of Lenigan Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Call us today for your free Train system quote at 609-399-1200 or online at ocnjplumber.com. And please don't forget to ask for the military and senior discount.
Calling again, again and again. Calling again, again and again.
Every year, hundreds of children suffer from unintentional injuries or death due to unsecured guns. Camden County and Moms Demand Action South Jersey are asking for your help to reduce gun violence by spreading the Be Smart message.
Store guns unloaded, locked, and separate from ammunition. And talk to other parents about secure gun storage.
It's up to us to prevent these tragedies and save lives. Visit CamdenCounty.com/Be Smart to learn how we can stop gun accidents and deaths together.
Do you want to get in shape and feel great and look better on the beach? At Local Gym and Fitness, located at 908 Asbury Avenue, you can accomplish your goal. 4 local guys with a passion and experience in fitness wanted to open a gym that delivers a quality, hospitable, clean, and friendly environment. Don't be intimidated. Be a local. Local Gym has the best equipment around with 4 fully loaded Olympic and CrossFit platforms, Jacob's ladders, Stairmasters, bikes, and ergs. Local Gym and Fitness provides quality trainers to lend their expertise with all your training needs. They're open 7 days a week. Memberships are affordable. So be a local at Local Gym and Fitness. Call them today at 609-545-8732 or go online at localgymandfitness.com. I'll see you there.
Stuck in a loan or lease? AJ, the trade man, wants to get you released.
Oh, yeah, it's on at Matt Blatt Nissan.
Used car values are declining rapidly. Every mile, every dent, every chipped windshield could be costing you thousands. But AJ, the trade man, has got you covered, even if you owe thousands more than your trade's worth. Then drive home a new Matt Blatt Nissan with 0 down, 0 payments for 90 days, and 0% financing on every new Matt Blatt Nissan in stock. Plus, with your job clearing $350 per week, Matt Blatt Nissan wants to approve you with 0 down and 0 interest for 36 months. All backed by Matt Blatt's 4-day love it or leave it return policy. So bring any trade to Matt Blatt Nissan because AJ, the trade man, is in need of more trades. Only at MattBlattNissan.com. Unapproved Tier 1 credit through NEMAC. Negative equity will be refinanced with a new vehicle plus tax tag and $589 doc fee. Offers can't be combined. 0% for 36 months. Call 877-289-6670 or go to MattBlattNissan.com for complete details. Offer ends 10/7/2023. It's on at Matt Blatt Nissan on the Black Horse Pike, Egg Harbor Township.
Now, with free mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live inside the Tropicana at the Caesars Sportsbook. It's a locker room with Billy Schwein, Mike Carlin, Josh Hennig, as we get you ready for Eagles football. And every Sunday throughout the football season, this time we get to go talk fantasy football. I'm on my fantasy football team. I'm 1-2. I'm not doing well.
Okay.
It seems to always be the that's how it is for me.
Story of
I
your
have,
life,
yeah,
right,
because I have to deal with so many injuries. I know a lot of other people.
Well, everybody
do.
does, yeah. It's that time of year. You gotta figure out how to work around it.
Yeah, you got to be a good GM, I guess. I guess I got to go to Howie Roseman School, Mike Carlin.
You got to listen to the right people on TV is what you got to do.
You know what I got to listen to? I got to listen to my fantasy football guru, Brian Hartley. So let's go to the fantasy football guru, Brian Hartley, brought to you by Charlie's Bar and Restaurant in Summers Point, serving lunch, dinner, spirits. Watch all the big games while enjoying their famous wings. Check out the full menu at charliesbar.com. Call for takeout at 609-927-FOOD. That's 609-927-3663. Meet your friends at Charlie's Bar at the shore since 44. That's Charlie's Bar. I did yesterday. Let's go to the Toms River Volkswagen Sports Hotline and welcome in to the locker room my fantasy football guru and yours, Brian Hartley. Good morning, Brian. I went down to Charlie's yesterday, had lunch, ran into Chris Scarborough and Stevie Howard. We're watching all the games with their big TVs. It was a pretty cool environment. They had the Penn State game up. It was great to see, hang out and have fun at Charlie's Bar. Brian, I was just alluded to saying to Josh that it's week 4 in the NFL, and my fantasy team, I've already got like several injuries. It's just like it becomes overwhelming. You really got to pay attention to the board and pick up people that you might not necessarily be looking at the beginning of the season. Hey, listen, Guru. Guru, you're only as good as your last win, and guess what? He in the last couple of years, the last 4 years now, Howie Rosen is really
He's done the job.
He's done the job,
Brian. Billy deserves credit though, because Billy used to be a Howie hater.
That's right,
and he admitted multiple times on the radio that he made a mistake. He was wrong. Billy's admitted
right.
that. We got to give him credit.
I'm big enough man, Carlin, to admit it. Look, he's just shaking his head. Hey, I was critical of him, Guru.
Exactly.
That's what I was going to say.
Yep.
Well, I made a critical mistake on my fantasy team because David Montgomery from Detroit, He was injured, and I wasn't paying attention. I neglected to play him, and he scored 36 points on Thursday night. I'm very upset about that. And right now, I mean, before we get into your picks, I need you to help me out there, Howie Jr. And should I play Joe Burrow or should I play Geno Smith today?
Joe Burrow.
All right.
Hey, Brian, listen, we have a texter on our text board. He texts Johnny G from Ocean
Johnny
City.
Griner.
He says, yo, Billy and Josh, great show. I have a question for the fantasy guru. Brian, we need you to pick two of these players. Flowers, Garrett Wilson, Amari Cooper, Jacoby Myers, or Terry McLaurin.
I would pick McLaurin. He's going up against the Eagles defense today. He's not going to get anything.
That's true. So, Zay Flowers, yeah.
All right, that's for Johnny Griner. He's better get score some points in his fantasy team.
Yeah.
It's just amazing to me. Like I know the NFL. I mean, it's a physically tough game. You look at the thing, and I gotta get caution, red flag. There's something wrong with every single player on my team.
Really quick.
Set me up right there.
Yeah, really quick, Brian, before we get to your top picks for the week, I want to ask from you, we're watching this Jacksonville versus Atlanta game right now. It's 17-7 Jacksonville. Before the season, the Jags were a popular pick with Trevor Lawrence and ETN and Calvin Ridley. Have you seen anything in this game today that gives fantasy football players any hope for the rest of the year? Right. Right.
All right, we're talking with the fantasy football guru, Brian Hartley, brought to you by Charlie's Bar and Restaurant of Summers Point. Guru, give us your picks for week 4 in the NFL. Who are you watching today, and who do you think is going to score high? Ah. All right, Guru. Now the Eagles have a big game at 1 o'clock at the Lincoln Financial Field. Are you going to that game, Guru, today? Gotta be at work. All right, Playland. All right, give us your take today on the Philadelphia Eagles. What are you looking for, and how do you think the Eagles will make out against the Washington Commanders today? 34-17 from the Fantasy Football Guru with the Birds winning. Scott Grayson from Fox 29 News said 41-9. So you're like kind of right.
Really quick, some breaking news on the fantasy football front. Deshaun Watson is inactive for the game today. So anyone with the Browns, you might want to look the other way. So.
All right, Fantasy Football Guru, as always, we appreciate you, and you do a great job with the players, and we love having you on, and thank you so much. Let's go, Birds. There he is, my Fantasy Football Guru, Brian Hartley, brought to you by Charlie's Bar and Restaurant in Summers Point, serving lunch, dinner, and spirits. Watch all the big games while enjoying their famous wings. Check out the full menu at charliesbar.com or give them a call for takeout at 609-927-FOOD. That's 609-927-FOOD. Meet your friends at Charlie's Bar at the shore since 44. That's Charlie's Bar. Hey, over for 83 years, the Circle Liquor Store has offered the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits in South Jersey. It's a stone's throw away from Ocean City. It's a landmark with a friendly staff. It's no wonder why Circle Liquors was named Best of Philly, Best of Atlantic City, with the most competitive prices around. Circle Liquor Store is now a proud sponsor of the second hour of the Locker Room with Billy Schwein. Throwing a party, preparing for the big game? Let Chet and his staff make sure you have everything you need. Check out the website at circleliquors.com or give them a call at 609-927-2921. That's Circle Liquor Store in Summers Point, New Jersey.
Experience the best of the NFL season at Caesar Sportsbook at Tropicana Atlantic City. Bring your friends, grab a beer, and cheer on your favorite teams. Now's the time to game plans, and reserve your seats. Your ultimate game day experience awaits. Learn more at Caesars.com/AC.
Hey, just about everybody in our area has heard about the Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine that's run by ex-Philadelphia tight end Ken Dunnick. But were you aware of their private business network they call the Legacy Club? Every month, they hold private events at upscale locations in Philadelphia and South Jersey that attract over 200 top business people. If you have an interest in attending one of these events and see it's a fit for your business, send an email to ken@jerseymanmagazine.com or give them a call at 856-912-4007 for more information. Now, on the other side, Carlin, I'm smelling the food.
I smell it now.
We're going to have some people from Casa Taco coming on the other side. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein, Mike Carlin, Josh Hennig, as we broadcast live the Caesars Sportsbook inside the Tropicana right here on 97.3 ESPN.
This is the radio home for Philadelphia Eagles football. It's week 4, and the Eagles are back home hosting their NFC East rivals, the Washington Commanders.
He is in. Touchdown, Eagles.
Pre-game coverage begins at noon. Merrill and Mike call all the action starting at 1 p.m. This is South Jersey's official home for Philadelphia Eagles football. 97.3 ESPN, South Jersey's Eagles station. Brought to you by
Jenkins Plumbing and Heating at JenkinsandSons.com. Piccalilli Inn. Nobody beats the Piccalilli, Route 206 in Chemung. Frank Vincent Windows, Roofing, Siding, and Doors make your home look new again. BMW of Atlantic City. Shop our complete inventory online at bmwatlanticcity.com. And First Bank of Sea Isle.
97.3 ESPN FM is your official home in South Jersey for Eagles football. 97.3 ESPN FM.
Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson & Sons for electrical. They're number one.
Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza, the pizza you're gonna love. It's got the freshest taste that you'll find any place. Randazzo's Pizza, there's one right nearby. Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza. It's a pizza like you've never had before. Eat it or take it home, no matter where you roam. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find.
Why would you call anyone else besides Randazzo's Pizzeria and Family Restaurant, 34th and Asbury Avenue in Ocean City. Open year-round, 7 days a week, offering free delivery on the whole island and to the beach. Pizza, pasta, salads, entrees, subs, paninis, and wraps. Voted best of the shore. Call 814-1600. 814-1600.
Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find.
Heart failure, carpal tunnel syndrome, shortness of breath, stomach issues, lower back pain. How does it all add up? If you have heart failure and any of those seemingly unrelated symptoms sound familiar, it's time to talk with your cardiologist and get the full picture. They may add up to transthyretin amyloid cardiomyopathy. ATTR-CM is a rare and underdiagnosed disease. Recognize the signs and discuss them with your doctor soon. Learn more at connectwithyourheart.com. That's connectwithyourheart.com.
Oh, you read my mind. I was going to do it without even asking you.
At the Gallery Bar Booking Games in Ocean Casino Resort this
Let's
football
do it.
season. Cheers your favorite drinks while cheering on your favorite team. Get in on the parlay while in the middle of a party. Go for the sports scene and go for the endless screens. Go to the Gallery. Go to Ocean. Go for the win. For more information, visit theoceanac.com. Must be 21 or older to wager or consume alcohol. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
You're listening to the Billy Schwein on 97.3 ESPN and the 97.3 ESPN free mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live at the Caesars Sportsbook inside the Tropicana for Week 4 NFL Eagles Washington Commanders at 1 o'clock. And right now, I'll tell you what, every Sunday, the Tropicana has been rolling out the red carpet for us with all these great food places to eat food here. It's all under one roof. And today we have Perry Saganos and Brittany Stein from Casa Taco. And welcome, Brittany. How are you?
Good. How are you guys?
You're the social manager. You direct social media.
Yeah. You can follow us on Instagram, Casa Taco.
Now you have. So as we're broadcasting, you guys come up, set up behind us, and all I can do is smell this great food. I turn around, and lo and behold, I see a pancake taco. Explain to us what you have here. This is unbelievable.
So the pancake taco, you can pick any meat. You can take bacon, sausage. It's like a sweet and savory kind of combination, but it's definitely one of our most popular breakfast menu items.
And Perry's with you today. And Perry, you also have a big picture of something to drink for us too.
Oh yeah, this is definitely my favorite margarita on the menu. It's mango, jalapeno mango margarita. It's tequila infused, so we put the jalapenos inside the tequila bottles.
What?
And yeah, and then overnight and over a few days, we'll really get that flavor and spice out of it, and a little bit of mango in there really cools it down. But it's by far the number one mango pitcher.
And of course, Brittany, you also have other tacos. Or Perry, what else? You have other tacos here?
Yes, we got a classic chicken taco. We like to keep it simple with the chicken taco, keep it authentic. A little bit of cilantro on there, onion, to really keep the flavor of the chicken instead of overpowering with a bunch of different sauces. And then all of our sauces are homemade, so everything's made in-house, all fresh ingredients. And we have the birria taco here, which is by far number one selling taco.
Is that
it's
right?
the most popular taco probably going on in the whole United States right now. So with the Oaxaca cheese, slow braised beef with our secret dipping sauce right here that really adds to every bite with the crunch.
If people want to go to Casa Taco's website, how would they get book reservations or?
So we take reservations for only 10 or more. Everything else is first come, first serve. We host a lot of private parties. We have a private room where we do a bunch of different catered parties. We could host up to, almost 50 to 100 people. Yeah, so we're very flexible with that. And
you guys are big Eagles fans?
Of course. What's better than some birria tacos?
I can't wait, Josh. We're going to be eating tacos and drinking tea.
Well, with that being said, though, then we need a prediction from you for today's game.
The Birds by a million. Birds by a million.
What's really cool is you're right here. You can go down and place a bet, and you're all set, ready to go.
Of course, I know.
All right. Thank you, guys. Really appreciate it. We got to run. We're up against it. Quick, Josh, what's your prediction?
35-17 Birds.
35-17 Birds. Mike Carlin.
37-13.
37-13. Guess what I'm saying? 45-10 Eagles.
Woo.
All right. What a great show today. I want to thank Scott
two-
Grayson from Fox 29 News. I want to thank the fantasy football guru, Brian Hartley. Of course, Perry Saganos and Brittany Stein from Casa Tacos.
Also Victoria here at the Trop.
And Victoria from the Trop.
20.
Thanks for making the locker room part of your Sunday, because nothing could be finer than talking sports with the Schweiner. Let's go Birds,
Let's
Carlin.
go Birds. This is going to be a big
come
day.
on up to the Tropicana. Come see us. We're watching
10.
the Eagles game. All will be here for the whole game right here at the Sportsbook. See you next week, everybody. Let's go Birds.
The preceding program was paid for by The Locker Room with Billy Schwein.
Catch Phillies playoff baseball on 97.3 ESPN. Can the Phillies make a return trip back to the World Series this season? I think they will.